Good morning, folks. Welcome to another tip break. We went to an auction yesterday down in West Virginia and picked up some Aloris tool posts. These are number CAs and got a bunch here. I think they're all the same size. It was a little bit of a precarious auction situation. I'll explain. Sandvik boring bars though, which is pretty cool. Kind of old school, if you will. It should be fine though. You can see that. Gosh, they're heavy. And these will be for our new to us Clausing 17-inch lathe. And actually, while we're talking about this, I know some folks that watch the channel own this or have this, and I can't find my notes, but can you explain to me again there's some interesting fluid systems here in that there appears to be, Keith Rucker and I were actually looking at this when he was up here for one of our CNC training classes, but some reason this headstock area is connected to one of the two tanks down in here. And I want to get this thing fired back up, but obviously don't want to do so without, actually, hey Jared, can you lift this off real quick? I don't want to do that without having proper oil in the top here. But we did have the electrician come and replace the cables. They were dry rotted, so we should be good to go now on the electric for it. Unfortunately, at the auction, I wasn't able to get the actual tool post. Take a look inside here, folks. It's so cool to me, just seeing the mechanisms and the motion and the movement. Just amazing, awesome engineering feats. I think it's so cool. The auction was a little bit BS, and it's actually happening today, because they put a bunch of the good stuff in the back. Now, they have every right to do that, but it's annoying to me that we drove about 2 hours and they weren't selling the good stuff. And it was also BS because I went up to one of the guys, I was like, hey, can I go take a look? They had like this beautiful Hitachi mill and a bunch of good lathes and Bridgeports, like all the good stuff. And he was like, oh, we don't really want to take people back there, but okay. And then we took him back there, and I'm kind of let's just see where this goes. And I wanted to see a tool post. I've been hunting for one, and they had one. It was on a lathe, and the auction guy had no idea what any of this stuff was, no idea. So he wasn't willing to let me take that off the lathe because he was concerned that it was something proprietary to that lathe, not realizing that Aloris CAs are generic. But they had a bunch of the tool holders laying down there, so I was able to grab those, and I just made him an offer, and he was like, look, man, I really can't, I can't be selling this stuff because I need to sell. They were clearly going to try to figure out what it was that they had because they didn't know, and then figure out how they could maximize value later. And look, that's their right. They own the stuff, but it's a little bit BS to me because it's like, you're going to try to Craigslist it or eBay it or private sell it when you got whatever. And I could be wrong, maybe I'm misunderstanding, but what was also bullshit is I made an offer and he was like, no, I can't do that, sorry. And I kind of told him, well, look, don't bring me back here then, which way is it? And then a few minutes later, one of his buddies came up to me on the side and he was like, meet me around back. So, whatever. And it's funny, I think I got a good deal. I offered him $300 knowing what these things cost new. And there's one of them's got a nice Isgar parting bar blade in it. I'm sure that's an okay deal. I'm sure this is a fine deal, rather. They've been used, they need cleaned up. New, they certainly cost a lot more. I was a little bit concerned that I offered him too little and he would just sort of think, well, this isn't interesting. I'm not gonna rock the boat here for a couple $100. So I offered him $300 and they took it. Anyway, so that was interesting. If anybody has a Aloris CA quick change tool post that they sit in the back of their shops for some reason, I'd love to buy it off you. We took in our scrap to recycle the other day. It took us a while to build up these two boxes, and some folks have been asking about it. So here's our receipt from it, and you can just see we took in 124 pounds of brass at 86 cents a pound, 400 pounds of aluminum at 30 cents a pound, and steel at about 1,500 pounds at 60 bucks a ton. So that brought us a check for $277, better than a poke in the eye. I have no idea if those are good scrap rates or not. This is really cool. Take a look at this robot. I really got to give a shout out to Beatty Robotics. The stuff they do is just so awesome, and their story. There's a link in the video description here to read the blog post on this and check out just more on them in general. but we're really proud because we machined or made most, not everything, but most of the parts on this robot, at least the machined or aluminum parts. There's a card here to the video where we did the wheels. They were a super awesome project, and I really got to give Beatty Robotics what a cool shout out. What a cool project. This is in, I believe, or will be in a science museum in Asheville, North Carolina. So if anybody's down there, definitely go check it out. I'd love to see a picture of it too. But again, really cool project to be part of. We're looking forward to doing more with them. We also had a chance to post finally a tour card here to, if you're a history buff or a military equipment buff, one of, if not the largest private collection of military vehicles, including tanks and other tracked vehicles. Fortunately, the owner passed away a few years ago, and the collection has been partly sold off. Part of it's moving to a museum in Massachusetts, ironically. This was in California. But had a chance to go with Chuck Bomarito and Stan Zinkowski, and it was an awesome tour, an amazing tour, something you just don't ever really get to see. So card here. And my business tip today is something I want you guys to do. And I want you guys to do it because I have been blown away. There have been two things that have really changed my world this past few months. One is our video on organization. So card to that here. Do it. I'm not going to talk more about it. Do it. If you're not sure about doing it, spend 10 minutes doing it. Just do it. But today's chip break is I get overwhelmed. I get pulled all kinds of different directions as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, as a husband and a father. And I needed more time to myself, period. So now, today's Wednesday, this morning I did it. I found a little bakery in town that's quiet, not the Starbucks where everyone's in and out of it, and there's a little corner booth, and I go there and I think. And folks, it is great. This is the third week I've done it, and it is some of the best moments of my week. It is unbelievably how easy it is. For me, I do it in the morning because I'm a morning person. I have a clear head. The second I walk into this shop, I'm getting pulled different directions. We've got visitors, we've got people calling, emails, all kinds of stuff happening. But so in the morning, I go there and I think, and it has just been great. So if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a business person, if you find yourself always getting distracted, do this. Do it once a week. Put it on schedule. Make it kind of a sacred time. And, I kind of felt guilty because my wife is a trooper. We've got 2 kids at home. She's running around, and here I am saying, I need more time to myself. But it is absolutely worth it. And I'll share, this is my little list. I keep it simple. So going into this morning, I had wanted to think about, hey, I need to do some more work on our DeWalt fixture plates. I need to find some of the accessories, make sure I like them. I've got some more videos I'm trying to work on. I need to think about that. I think about stuff like, if I want to do it, why isn't it happening? Or what do I need to be doing better? Am I spending time in the right places? Kind of an open, clear time. I usually bring my laptop, but if you're a person that gets distracted by that, don't. Bring a piece of paper, write down some notes. It is such a great thing to be able to clear your head, write down what do you want to do, how are you getting it done, why are you not getting it done? And I'll also use this time to kind of plan, hey, the next 2-3 days, what do I really want to get done? Because in my opinion, the way you accomplish big things and great things in life is not thinking, oh, next year I want to do this, or by next year or by next 2 years. No, you break it down. What do I need to get done this week? And you do that every week. And after 50 times, a year later, you'll be amazed at what you've done. The other thing I do is I make sure I'm on the right track in life. I do make a little comment here. How's life? Life's great. How's my marriage? It's great. How are my kids? They're great. How's my business? It's great. Some of my positives and negatives. Right now, I'm realizing I need to hire another person. I've got a lot that I want to film. I need to spend some more of my time on the products that we make that I've kind of mentioned before. That it's not that I'm struggling with them, it's that they need to be better. And they're going to get better by me spending time with them, really thinking about, are these great products and how do I do them better? What do I want done better? I need a better way of automating our shipping labels. When orders come in, I have to go into Shopify and do too much work, so I need something there. We need to do a better job over there on our clamp assembly table of the workflow of how we put those together. And I need to stop doing a lot of that stuff. Again, I need to hire somebody because I'm spending too much time at this point in my entrepreneurial career still doing that stuff. And it's okay because I'm a bootstrapper and I'm scrappy and payroll kind of scares me. But on the flip side, we're totally there. So I need to be spending time on the big picture stuff, on steering the ship, on doing the stuff, doing the videos, doing product design, R&D, etc. And then why am I stressed? Keep getting pulled in different directions, and they're all great reasons, but just this week, yesterday I went to that auction by choice. I wanted to spend some time with the people that I went with. It was important. I made some great conversations, connections. It was worth it. It's just stressful because it takes into my time. We went over to the college to see the Beatty Robotics. I really wanted to do that. I wanted to support the high school kids. We made a donation to their program, but it wasn't ideal. I was like, oh, darn it, I got to stop what I'm doing and go over and watch that competition. It was, of course, fun when we got there. This afternoon, I'm going on a tour of a facility that I need to do. It's a good thing. It's still taking away from my time. So that's kind of what's stressing me out, and that's the kind of stuff I try to think about on Wednesday mornings is, I'm going to keep doing that. That's recurring stuff. So what's that mean? That means I need more help here in the shop, and I need to triage what's on my list and be realistic about what I get done. So your job is to do that. Take a morning or afternoon or lunch or whatever, go somewhere with no distractions and think. Think about what you need, what makes you happy. Are you happy? I didn't put great next to all those things to show you guys on film that they're great. They are great. I'm grateful that I have a phenomenal wife. She's supportive. We're happy. We love our life. I love my life, and I don't always have a perfect marriage. I don't always have sometimes I've made a note here, you need to spend more time with the kids. So don't be honest with yourself. That's incredibly important. So with that, folks, I'm really excited for the next chip break. I got a good plan that I want to share with you guys. Otherwise, take care. See you soon.